In American politics, the lines on a map can matter as much as the names on a ballot. Those lines are now at the center of a showdown in Texas. President Donald Trump is urging Texas Republicans to redraw the state's congressional districts, arguing the move could lock in the party's narrow majority in the U.S. House. Governor Greg Abbott has responded by adding redistricting to a special legislative session that begins July 21st, and the fight is already white hot. A quick refresher. Every 10 years after the census, states revisit their political maps so each district holds roughly the same number of people. When the party in power tweaks those boundaries to tilt the playing field, it's called gerrymandering. Two common tactics are packing, stuffing the other party's voters into a few districts, and cracking, spreading them thin across many districts to dilute their influence. What's unusual here is the timing. The regular redistricting cycle is nearly a decade away. This is a mid-decade redo. Trump has been blunt about the goal: pick up as many as 5 additional Republican seats in Texas and keep the House in GOP hands, according to the Associated Press. The official justification comes from the Justice Department, which recently told state leaders that 4 current districts are illegal racial gerrymanders. All 4 are held by Democrats and were designed as coalition districts where Black and Latino voters combine forces to elect candidates of their choice. The DOJ now says that setup violates the Constitution. Democrats call that argument a smokescreen. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries labels the plan egregious, warning it lets politicians choose their voters instead of the other way around. They also fault the timing, noting the legislature is focusing on political maps while parts of the state are still recovering from deadly hill country floods, as Reuters reports. Republicans, meanwhile, face a strategic gamble. Texas maps already lean heavily in their favor. To squeeze out more GOP districts, lawmakers would need to siphon Republican voters from seats that are safely red today and sprinkle them into competitive areas tomorrow. That maneuver, sometimes called a dummymander, can backfire if demographic shifts later flip those newly vulnerable districts. Democrats are preparing to fight on several fronts. Expect press conferences, legal challenges, and even the possibility of a quorum bust. Texas Democrats have fled the state before to deny the legislature enough members to vote. They're signaling they might do it again. Beyond Texas, the outcome could reshape national politics. With only a handful of seats separating the two parties in Washington, altering a single state's map may decide which side writes the House agenda, investigates the administration, or blocks federal legislation. It's a reminder that battles over voting rights and representation often come down to seemingly simple lines on a map, lines drawn by people with a lot of power at stake. The special session opens July 21st. If new maps pass, expect an immediate court fight. If they stall, pressure will mount from party leaders in Washington who see Texas as central to their 2026 midterm plans. Either way, the next few weeks will show just how far both parties are willing to go to control the cartography of American power.